It is time to talk soccer right now with Rubio Rubin, RSL forward, occasionally winger. He does a little bit of everything. Rubio, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Of course, thank you for having me.
This is part two of an interview with Rubio. We talked a lot about the team Thursday night on Talkin Sports, but tonight I wanted to talk more about your personal journey. And I find soccer players so interesting. And they're interesting at a younger age because in soccer, you have to make so many decisions for yourself so quickly. Other sports, maybe you don't make a decision until you go to college at 18, maybe you transfer, go pro at 20. I think you guys have made multiple life-changing decisions by then. When you look back, is there something you would like to tell 15-year-old you right now, given everything you've learned since you were a teenager?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just to enjoy the ups and the downs of being in pro sports. I think obviously when you're young, um, you forget that sometimes, trying to navigate yourself as a professional, and just realizing that the ups are great and the downs are tough, but at the end of the day, they show you, who you're going to become and who you're going to become as an athlete, as a pro, and stuff like that. So I wish as a 15-year-old I knew what I know now, the maturity and just being able to just enjoy uh, the days that are tough and as well as the days that are good as well. So.
For people who don't know, you played in multiple, I think you played in three different leagues in three different countries in Europe, right? Before you came back to Mexico, before you went to the USL, before you came to RSL.
Yeah, I played in Denmark and then in Norway and then I was in FC Utrecht in Holland. So I was able to play in Europe 5, 6 years of my life when I was young and stuff like that, and got to live the European dream. But yeah, it was a great time. Lived in Utrecht, a great city. Have a bunch of friends there, and whenever I have time off or in the future, I definitely plan on going back and seeing my friends and people that I grew up in Europe.
And if I have the order here right, you went of the three European countries, you went to the Netherlands first, right? That would be the youngest version. What do you learn? If there's one life lesson you take from those years in the Netherlands, what did you learn then that impacts your life now?
Oh, I just think going there at such a young age, realizing how difficult it is to play in Europe, and um, realizing, the all the culture part about it. Speaking a little bit of Dutch when I was there, embracing all of that. It's so much different of everything culturally compared to here being in America and stuff. Just being able to look back at all those memories and seeing how much I learned and how much I grew from being in that country helped me be the player that I am today.
When new players come to RSL, do you have more empathy for them and their struggles as they adjust to, for instance, Gomez is coming in, right? Andres Gomez comes in, new continent, new language, and you're like, I've been there. So you have a little more empathy for him?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I try to be, I try to be as nice as I can to, everybody in general, be a kind person and stuff. But for me, being able to speak both languages, Spanish and English, helps me a lot to be able to translate and help out Gomez, guys that don't really, speak very good English right now. So I just kind of know, and I know what it's like to completely move to a different part of the world, whole different language, leave your family, your friends, what you know, your culture and stuff like that, and come to a place that's completely different. So I know what it's like, and I just try to help out as much as I can because I've been there before, and it's not easy, especially when maybe sometimes work or soccer doesn't go as well.
Mm-hmm.
You can fall in that trap of being like, oh, what am I doing here? Is it worth it? Blah blah blah. All these questions and the mental aspect that you deal with as a professional athlete. I've been there and know what it's like to, live those moments. So I try to help out as much as I can. And yeah, I just kind of prioritizing that with my teammates.
So the fourth country you go to is Mexico. Now you grew up with one parent has a background in Mexico, one parent has a background in Guatemala. Is there a part of you that says, "Hey, I'm going to my fourth league now. I'm going to a place where I speak the language. This is going to be easier. I'm not in Europe. I'm more comfortable." And then it doesn't work great. Was that the lowest part of your career? Was that the biggest challenge?
I wouldn't think it was the lowest part of my career because obviously being in Mexico. helped me so much. Just be able to regain my Spanish.
Huh.
I went to Mexico, and obviously, was able to kind of get back to my culture, understand what I truly am, you know what I mean? Because I never lived in Mexico. I never was in that part of the world and stuff like that. And also being able to go to even second division and have the great opportunity of being with Diego Maradona and being coached by him. Some experiences that I wouldn't say are the lowest in my career, probably one of the greatest in my career, to be honest. Just being part of something that not a lot of players can say. So being coached by him, understanding, and being on a team that was competing for promotion was also very special and stuff like that. Obviously, we weren't able to achieve it, but it was still special to be a part of that team and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it was a great time in my career that I definitely look back and I'm thankful that I was able to go to Mexico.
So after being coached by one of the all-time legends, you go to the San Diego Loyal and you get coached by Landon Donovan. So what is it like to play for guys who are not only just had awesome careers, fantastic careers, but play a role similar to yours and can coach you up? What impact did those two guys have on the player we see now?
A lot. I mean, I think as a like Landon and Maradona, people who played the game, you can relate a lot to. So, just being able to get coached by them and just the natural respect that we had for these coaches and stuff like that. But yeah, just being coached by Landon was also something important. It was a move that I was very hesitant to do just because it was second division, but I'm so happy that I did. Landon embraced me. He took me in with like 5, 6 games left in the season, and I was able to go there and do my thing and really just play with a lot of confidence, which is something that sometimes coaches can really bring out in a player and stuff. And Landon was really able and to do that with me and be able to let me express myself on the field and give me that freedom to get on the ball and do my thing. So I'm very thankful for that opportunity. I'm glad that I took it. It was the right step for me. Maybe take 2 steps back to take 4 or 5 steps forward, and very thankful for that.
Well, an incredible roller coaster ride, and here you are. You arrive with RSL, and a heck of a week. And for people who didn't hear you talk about that, go wherever you get your podcast. Go to YouTube. Go to KUTV.com, and you can see Rubio Rubin talking about the last week and what has happened and the goals in Austin and the assists in the Open Cup, and we covered all that ground there. Rubio, we appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on the shows with us, and continued good luck and good fortune as you move ahead with this season. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, David. Appreciate y'all.